Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You can speak out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can speak out, right? Yeah. So we have completed, as part of yesterday, we have completed till very basics of installation, Python variables, keywords, literals, and also numbers. So we will see all the different data types that are there as part of Python. Then we will today possibly complete till loops. Okay, till loop will complete, and within 2-3 days we'll complete the complete Python. Then we'll start our Selenium concepts. Is that fine, everyone? So who are new, is that okay? You can easily capture. I can also take up one backup class if you want. I'll also explain that. Okay. I hope everyone is strong in Python before you're joining. I think. Can you explain? Can you please speak out, Nitin? And I mean, Nitin is already there, I guess. Harikumar and what is her name? Anuradha. Can you please talk out?
Yes, I'm aware about the basics, not much about Python.
Yeah, fine. For Selenium, we don't require strong Python. We require basics of Python. That's enough. But still, I will again give you. You can get a revise. So, what about Harikumar?
Hi, sir.
Can
Good
you please
morning.
speak? Good morning, Harikumar.
How many classes did I miss?
Sorry?
How many classes I missed, sir?
No, only two classes. Only two. One class. I think hardly one class because installation and all. We were discussing the demo from last week, so it is like one class.
Okay, sir. Yes, I have a little idea about the Python. I have
Yeah.
gone through the
Nitin, you are there, right? You are already there, right? Nitin, is it the first class?
Yes, I was there for the past.
Okay. So you are in the continuity only, right?
Yes, sir.
Then rest of everyone is on the continuity. Srinivas, Sandeep, Monica, Vikas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So everyone is in the continuity
Yes,
only,
sir.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Excuse me,
so
sir.
I joined, from last Sunday, when you started the workshop. So from that day I joined.
No, that's what we have started only that day. We have not started before.
Yes.
So Saturday, Sunday there was no class, right? We did not take any class. So
Yeah.
like everyone is clear with the with the portion, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So isn't this SQL knowledge is not required for or
No.
that?
No. Selenium with Python is never cared about. I mean, Selenium with Python is all about it is automating and web application using your Selenium code. I mean, Selenium is API binding, so which you integrate with Python scripting, and then you automate the application. So SQL is not required. SQL is a DB testing. So when you want to work on SQL, it's all about DB testing. Most of the time, it's on DB testing. So we are not focusing on DB testing, and that is not much use because you can say that, yeah, sir, I have no chance of working in real time with DB testing, but I have good understanding of SQL. You can say that because no one ask you much questions on that part. Got it? Right? That is very specific. If you want what I exactly want to say over here is there are some companies which they especially required SQL, okay, SQL. They ask you, okay, SQL with Python very specifically. Only that companies may most focus and ask you on the queries, but rest of other companies they won't much focus on this. Got it, right? So it's better to have. I don't say that you should not have anything. You should be having a zero knowledge, but I'm saying you should have a very basic knowledge. I'll also see the possibility if we could see on basics of the SQL queries and all.
Great, sir. Great, sir. So you mean to
Yeah.
say that in
So,
real time we
yeah.
frequently do not interact with SQL?
No. I mean, we do not interact. That depends. See, we also interact whenever requirement comes. We also require. There are some situations where we have to focus, where we have to handle the DB. We have to validate the DB part. So there we come with SQL. But in very specifically, we will be most focusing on the functional part and UI part as part of Selenium. When it comes to Selenium specifically, we don't focus much on DB. DB comes into backend testing, but our focus is more on UI, front-end part of testing. I hope you're getting right. Selenium much
Yes.
focus on the front-end part rather on the backend part. Okay, Selenium is particularly, most of the time it's it's a functional tool, functional aspects. That means the front end aspects, the the logic aspect. That's only we'll see. We'll not see the back end part much. Okay, API comes into back end only. We are also focusing API testing right now, so we'll be focusing on that. So we'll also see, possibly we'll also see some of the commands, basic queries. Okay.
Okay, sir. Great. Thank you.
Yeah. So rest all, you are very clear, because I'm going to explain everything else. There is nothing to be pending. Okay. This is not a course. This is like a whole structure, complete package, you can say. Okay. Because we are focusing much on real-time aspects. Yeah. So fine. As we are very basics of that, we'll see the rest of the other parts. So we are going to see string today. String. What is our string data type. So as I said, we are all well known with, we have completed Python variables installation, keywords, literals, number data type also we have completed. We have seen. So today we'll also focus much on something called string data type. Okay, string data type is much required. So hi Tiwari, Manish, nice to join you. Is it a first class for you, or you have joined before? Yeah, so Manish, we are actually after the class I'll explain to you. We are actually in the middle of the things. I've explained very clearly what is our portion, what we are going to see. So at part of our Selenium with Python, we are seeing the first part, Python basics. We'll complete all in 1 week. Then we'll focus on Selenium part. So there are some freshers who also requires Python. So we'll see the basics of Python. Okay. We are in a string data type. So what is a string data type basically? What is a string data type basically? So see, as I said you already, so we are so anything that is in like when we are assigning some value which is with the single quote, double quote, or triple quote, that is called string data type, as I said you. So what is our main focus here is we want to see how exactly we are going to work with the methods of string data type. So when in Python, compared to other languages, so much of the time, so in Python, when it is considered, in Python, data types are more focused on the methods that are involved in it. Okay, when we say data types, we have to more focus on that are the methods, that inbuilt methods which are there as part of that string data type. Got it, right? So we have to see how this string data type works and what are the methods that are involved in it, and everything we'll see. So basically, before that, we'll see the part of slicing. What is slicing? So what is meant by slicing? You know what is a slicing? What is the concept of slicing? Do you know what is slicing?
Yeah,
No, sir.
breaking the words.
So slice is the part of the one main.
Yeah, normally slicing means basically you're trying to cut the whole string into multiple subparts, or you can say you're cutting into some parts. That is called slicing. So I think I have, if I just print some string like this, if I just print a string, so if I want to get only p, if I want to extract only p, how do I do that? If I want to extract only p, how do I do that?
So you need to take the array, like s of 0.
Yes. So if I say print s of 0, so s of 0 means it will come as p. So how the process of this thing works out is, so s of 0 means it is the first element as part of your string. S of 1, S of 2, S of 3, S of 4, S of 5. So your string will read the data from index from the 0. Okay. So the string index 0, from 0 it will start. S of 0 will become p, S of 1 will become y, S of t will become 2, S of h will, S of 3 will become h, S of 4 will become o, h of 5 will become n. So sorry, it will be from the 0. Okay, it will start from the 0. S of 0, S of 1, S of 2, S of 3, like that it will be read. So think that I want to print first 3 letters. If I want to print NIK, if I want to print s of 0, what is s of 0? As we discussed, s of 0 will become n. So now if I want to nik, if I want nik, we have to take from zero, we have to set colon, from 0 colon. So 1 2 3, so 0 1 2, k is like 0 1 2, right? S of 0 will become n, s of 1 will become I, s of k will be, s of 2 will become k. If I want till k, I have to give 3. Instead of giving 2, I have to give 3. So it should be 1 more than what we required. So if I get nik, k is at 0, s of 2, but I want this k also to be printed. For that purpose, we have to say 0 to 3. If I say 0 to 3, it will take the first 3 elements. I hope you are getting right. What I mean to say here is we have to give 1 more than the last index, whatever we want. Clear, right? We want to give 1 more than the last index. I hope everyone knows this. I'm especially focusing on these two people, Monica and Vikas. Are you getting?
Yes, sir. Understood.
You're very basic. You don't know, right? Yes, Monica, you're also?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Understood.
So if I want all the things, I can say s of 0 to, how many are there? 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to give 6. Okay. If it is the last index is 5, we have to give 6. Then only the whole string will be printed. Okay. Got it, right? S of 0 to 3. What? S of 0 to 5. Tell me what is this? What is the output?
We till
You have to say.
Nikhil.
Yes. Nice.
NIKHI.
Yeah. So can you tell me what is the output of this? Yeah. So I will say you one more question. I can also read the string from the back. So the other way around, in Python, there is a good thing is we can read the string in 2 ways. I mean, we can able to print the string in 2 ways. One is from the right side, from left to right, and also right to left. So if I want to print L, I have to say s of -1. What is this? We should not say 0. From starting, it will start from 0. From the back, it will start from -1. So it will be L. Got it? Right? S of -2. S of -2. What is s of -2? S of -2?
I.
I. You're getting right. So in Python, doesn't mean that we have to read the string only from the left to right. You can also read the string from the back. From this side also we can read. Okay. So, but tell me, what is the output of this? S of -1 to -5, -3. Who is going to say? People who already know Python, they have to say the answer. Tell me what is the output. What is the output and what is the output is going to print? Anyone can speak out who already know Python, who already claims that they know Python. Okay, you have to say me this answer. What is going to happen? Please tell me, no? Srinivas.
So -1 will be like, it will be starting from L, so till -3. So end -1. So -3 -1. So
Tell me what is the output of this string?
sir,
LI.
LIHK.
Yeah. Anyone? Any answers? Other people?
IL.
Sir,
Yeah,
I
other
guess
people?
LI.
Only L. LIH. Any other answers?
LI.
Nothing will be printed, sir.
Yes. Who is that person? Nothing is printed.
Sandeep,
Yeah. How nothing is printed?
because -1 is already greater than the endpoints.
Yes. So
And
see. The answer is nothing is printed. The reason why it is printed, we can only read the string from this end. Okay. We can only read the string from this end. Okay. Only this end it will be printed. We cannot read the string from this end. We cannot say s of -1 to -3. We can only say s of -3 to -1. Are you getting right? Whatever you have said is right, but it should be only one way reading. We cannot read the string in this way. We can only print the slice. We cannot read the string from this end. Are you getting right what I'm saying? A lot of people went wrong in this. The reason is we cannot say s of -2. It will go like this. There is nothing to print here. So we have to always say from here to here. What is that? Are you getting right, everyone?
Starting
getting
point
right?
always be less.
Sir,
Sorry?
is it like, sir, hello?
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah. So if we like to print last word of our string, so that will be start with -1. That's why we cannot print like -2,
Yeah,
-3. If you want to,
yeah. Print, we have to print
okay.
the first characters. So see, it will only go one way. It will only go this way. It will not go back. Okay, it will not go back. So what we are going to see here is of -2, -3 means we are saying like this. There is no scope of going like this. We can only go like this. So what we are saying, it is -1, -2, -3, right? So where I'm saying -3 to -1. So it will only print H and I. It will not print even L because one less than that, right? What is that? One less than -1. Are you getting right?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting right what I'm saying? Are you getting my only one every time there should be something like I should exclude one thing, one part. Okay, we can only read one way. You just need to focus on this. You have to read only one way. This reading is not possible. Only this reading is possible. Okay, you can only read. You cannot say S of 5 0. Can I say S of 5 to 0? Is it possible?
No, sir.
No,
Is
sir.
it possible S of 5 to 0? People goes wrong here. It is
No.
empty string. You are getting empty string. You can only read this way. You can only read one way. What I'm saying, you can only read this way. Got it right? Okay, left to right only you can read. So left to right only we are reading. We are saying first to this one and last to this one. So we cannot say first to this one and last to this one. It will not come back. It will only come front. Please remember, this is very important. People do a lot of mistake in this part. Okay. So if I don't give anything, what is the meaning of it? It is starting from 0. If I don't give anything, it is starting from 0. That means it is starting from the initial point. Whatever the initial point is there, it will start from that point. To 4. 4 means it will only take 3. Till 3 index it will take. 0, 1, 2, 3. It will only print NIKH. Are you getting right, everyone? So if I don't give anything, if I say 2 to nothing, if I don't give anything, it will take till last. What it will take? Till last of the string. It will take till last of the string. So from 2 means 0, 1, 2. From K to, it will take till last. Okay. Are you getting right, everyone? If you want the complete string, you have to give like this. What is the meaning of it? It will start from the starting and it will end till the ending. Whatever the string length it is, no matter. It will start from the scratch and end it till the last. Are you getting, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Everyone is
Yes,
getting.
sir.
Everyone is getting. Any doubts? Any doubts in this?
Yes, sir.
People knows everything, but they do mistakes because they don't know the logic. First thing is like fundamentals are very important. If you know basics, you can easily go it. Okay. Are you clear with this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So everyone knows all the things, but they don't know how to read. Reading come back to front to back is very big question. They made mistake on this. So fine, yeah. So if you are very clear with this, tell me what is output of this. What is the output of this?
IHL.
IHL. How it is IHL? Can anyone say?
No, sorry, sir. NKI.
Yeah. Any other
Because
answers? Anyone? Yeah. What is the meaning of it is clearly to me. I am going to take my string from the scratch, from the starting, and I'm printing till the end. Okay. I'm just skipping one element. Okay. What is the meaning of it? I'm skipping one element. I'm skipping one element. That means in the middle, 2 means it will skip only one element. Please remember, when I say 2, it means skip one element, not 2 elements. So in Python, it is like -1 of the thing. So it will take from the scratch means it will take n, it will skip I, it will print k, it will skip h, it will print I, it will skip L. There is nothing to print after that. So it will only print n, k, I. What is the answer?
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir,
tell me.
K should be skipped na, because it start with 0, 1, 2. So until 2 it will be skip and
No,
HIL.
no. The mean is starting from the string. ending till the last, skipping one element. That is the meaning. So that means, you know what is the meaning of this too? What is the meaning of this? As I said, what is the meaning of this? This means complete string, right?
Start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you getting right? This means complete string.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
I have added one more column. After that, one more I have added. That means it is starting from the beginning, ending till the last, skipping one element in between. That is the meaning. In between one element. So it has actually it is supposed to print NIKHIL. Till here it should print NIKHIL. But if I'm adding one more element, one more column, after that we are adding one more index. That means it will skip the one element in the middle. So it will start from the scratch, from the beginning, skipping one element, then K, skipping one more element, then I, skip then skipping L. There is nothing to print. That's why it will skip. It will only print NKI. Are you clear, right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So what is the output
Yes,
of
sir.
this? Can anyone speak out?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah. What is the answer of this?
Sir, is this reversing the string?
Yes. Are you getting right what I'm saying? Someone asks you how to reverse a string without using any reverse method. If someone asks you in Python, you can write this line. That's all. Print s of this. So that means it will read the string. You can able to read the string from the back. Okay, you can read the string from the back when you mention like this. Okay, if I say -1 means it will not skip anything. It will not skip anything. It will -1 means what? Initially, first minus included from back. Minus means from the back. So -1 means no element skipping. -2 means one element skipping. -3 means two elements skipping. -4 means three elements skipping. Got it right? 1 means no element skipping. 2 means here I said 2. 2 means one element skipping. If I say 3 here, two elements will skip. 4 here, three elements will skip. 5 here, four elements will skip. Here -1 means initially minus means you keep aside. Minus means from the back. From the back, not skipping even a single element. That is the meaning of -1. If I say -2 here, it will skip one element but read from the back. Are you getting right? So you will get
Yes,
complete
sir.
element, whole string reversed. The whole string is reversed. This is very important. You have to focus on this. Okay. Clear, right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now let's see something called some of the methods of your string. What are the methods of your string which we have? Okay. So s dot index of, what is the index of? NIKH, index of k. If I want to get the index of k, how do I write it? S dot index of k. So what is the meaning of it? I'm going to get s dot index of, this is an inbuilt method. S dot index is an inbuilt method of k. That means suppose my string s equal to NIKHIL. I'm going to ask the computer, the interpreter, saying what is the index of my k? K at which index? We already know it, right? N is 0 index, I is 1 index, k is a 2 index. Yes or no? So by the code we can able to get it is a 2 index. Are you getting right, everyone? Okay,
Yes,
this
sir.
is a
Yes,
method.
sir.
This is a method. This is a method. So tell me what is the output of this? Upper. So there is something called upper. What is the meaning of s dot upper? So s dot upper will convert the whole string in the uppercase. So my Nikhil is converted to uppercase. Are you getting right, everyone? Please note down. No? Have a notebook and note down all the things. Right? You can practice it after you go home. Everyone getting right? People who already know
Yes, sir.
Python, please get it because you can revise it. Okay. Who already know Python, you can get it a revisement. Okay, got it right? So s dot lower, it will again convert to the lower case. It will not convert this string. It will only convert the existing string. It will convert this string into lower. Already it is in the lower case. So it will directly convert into the lowercase. So we have seen what is s dot index, what is upper, what is lower. So then s dot, there is something called is. Okay. Is upper. What is upper? See, in Python, anything that is starting with is will only give you the Boolean output. Boolean output means it's either true or false. I am just saying the string which I have defined. The string which I have defined is s equal to Nikhil, right? I'm just asking my system whether s dot is this a uppercase string? Is it uppercase? This one, is it uppercase? No, right? It is not uppercase, right? So when it is not uppercase, if I just print that one, what I'll get? I'll get false. Yes, sir. So it will only check this string where I have initialized the string. It will go and check this. It will check whether it is in uppercase or not. If it is uppercase, I'll get true answer. If it is in the lower case, okay, uppercase means every element should be upper. It should not like one element upper and other is lower. It will check the whole string is uppercase or not. If the whole string is in uppercase, I will get it as a true. Otherwise, I will get false. So here, see, this whole string is in the lower case, right? The whole string Nikhil is in the lower case, right? If I say s dot is lower, what is the answer I'll get? I'm checking whether my string is lowercase or not. If I say s dot is lower, I will get true. Got it right? What I'll get true. I'll get true because I'm just checking whether my string is in the lower case or not. Okay. Fine, right? Everyone clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Please, yeah, please speak out. So now s dot capitalize. So this is a method which is going to take convert the whole string. Okay, only the first element, or you can say first letter of my string, or the first character of my string to the capital letter, not the whole string. Suppose I have taken Nikhil, out of which the first character is n, so that n only will become the capitalize, not the complete. If I want the whole string to capitalize, I can use dot upper. Okay. But if I want only the first element to be capitalized, I can use something called capital. Capitalize will not capitalize the whole string. It will only capitalize the first letter of my string. See, my n is only capitalized. The whole string is not. All these are inbuilt methods. I said you right. All these are inbuilt methods. Are you getting right? All these are inbuilt methods. And say,
So one doubt.
yeah. Can I
One
do
doubt.
something
This
like?
is Nitin.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. One doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
So you have written s dot capitalize. So actually the initial, so the actual string will be like changed, or how it will be? So s
No,
dot
actual
Nikhil
string is
variable.
never changed. See, actual string s equal to Nikhil only. You have seen, right? I have printed
It's
s
in,
again.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
String is never
Yes.
changed. Only the action on the string is performed. Okay.
Okay.
String is not changed. See, string is not changed. String is never going to change. String is Nikhil only with the capital letters, small letters only. If you say s dot
Okay.
upper, only the action is performed. S dot lower action is performed. Okay. S dot
Okay.
is upper is checking. Is that lower is checking. Capitalize, only the action is performed, not the string change. String is not changed. Okay.
Okay.
So tell me, if I want to change the thing, if I want to change I, that is what I'm going to explain now. I want to what is s of 2? Tell me what is s of 2?
K.
K, right? I want to change s of 2 to I want to change k to I. I want to change k to I. Can I say s of 2 equal to I? Can I say like this? I can assign, right? Normally, if I want to assign any value as part of data, can I able to assign, right?
Yes.
I can say, right? What I'm saying, s of 2 equal to I means I'm saying that I want to change the k to I. Here I want print I. Okay, got it right? If you print it, what is the answer I will get? I'll get a error. What I'll get? I'll get a error. What error I got? String object does not support item assignment because string is immutable data type. What is that? What is string? string is immutable data type. You cannot change any element or any word of the string or any character of the string once it is defined. Immutable means non-changeable. What is immutable? People ask you, is string data type is immutable or immutable? You have to say right away, string data type is immutable. You cannot change any element once it is defined as part of string. You can only perform an action on top of it. You cannot change the original string. Are you getting right what I'm saying? Everyone getting right? Are you getting right,
Yes, sir.
guys?
Yes, sir.
You cannot change.
Yes,
If
sir,
you
yes.
try changing it, you will get error. Because string is a complete string data type is a immutable data type. Okay. So be focused on it. String data type is a immutable data type because we cannot able to change any element inside it. So s dot what we have seen s dot lower capitalize and f dot count. What is the count? Which is very important. Count of NIKHIL, right? What is the count of I? How many times I has come into my string?
2 times.
How many times? How many times I is there in Nikhil? 2 times, right?
2 times.
So if I want count, I get 2. If you can also say similarly, s dot count of n, s dot count of h, s dot count of l, s dot count of a, whatever you want. So count is going to give the frequency of the character in that string, or you can say the frequency of substring in the string. Got it right? So remember all these methods, very important, because when you are asked to write a logic, write some questions in interviews, they'll ask you write a string to find the frequency of the characters in the in your string. I'll give you some string, tell me the frequency of characters, how many times elements are repeated. So you can write the logic, you can use the logic with the is dot count. Count is again a method which is an inbuilt method of string data type, which is going to give you the frequency of characters of that string, or you can say frequency of the substring in the string. Okay, got it right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you note down, write this, right? You can just go right, take a pen and paper. You can note down all these things because this is very important. So s dot uh, s dot split. This is very important. I'm just splitting what I'm splitting. I'm splitting the whole thing without any gap. So I'm splitting the Nikhil without any gap. You see what I got? I'll get error. So that is not right. I have to split according to some base. So what I'm saying, I want to split this string, but which is the base? What is the base of this split? Okay, what is the base of this split? I want to split the string based on K. I want to split the string based on K. So that means I want splitting the string into 2 different parts, keeping the K as a base. From the K, one part is divided to Ni and other part is divided to HIL. Are you getting right what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting right? Are you getting right what I'm saying? What I'm saying is I'm going to split the string in such a way, keeping a base, and I'm splitting the 2 different parts. I'm splitting the string Ni separate and HIL separate. Okay. I want to join the string with this one, dot join of S, or you can say like this, or you can say S dot join. Sorry. I think it works out. Okay, sorry. I think this is the way we can use dot join of S. See this, there is some hash symbol that is joining to every part of your string. First N is there, again this hash is joined, I is there, hash is joined, K is there, hash is joined. So what is going to happen here is we are going to join the character, whatever the whatever the substring or whatever the thing that I want to join to my string. I can use this join statement. I can use split statement. I can also use a join statement. Split is like I am going to split my string based on some base, and I'm going to join my string with some whatever the substring I want to provide. So it is going to join like this. For every character, it will join. You're getting right. So this is something which you can focus on. So these are the very basic methods that you have to focus on, because there will be a very frequent question they'll be asking. They'll ask you a question. What are the questions that can be asked as part of this concept are? They'll ask you, tell me the repetition, how many times a character is repeated in your string. They'll give you a very big string. They'll ask you to find the repetition of characters. So what is the logic you will write? You can use a method called s.count. Count is a method of whatever you want to get. So first you have to take the input string. Then after taking the input string, you have to iterate over each and every element of that. You can just store the count of thing and see if that element is already found. If the element count is more than 1, then you can able to store it in. You can able to increase the counter. Got it right? You have to first see what is the count of every element. So if the count of every element is 1, then you don't need to do any action. You just need to print some statement. If that count is more than 1, then you can able to increase the counter, how many times the element is repeated, the counter of that element. Got it right? So you will get how many times the element is repeated. So that is a logic you can apply in order to print simple. There are a lot of logics you can apply for the same question. So the frequent question they'll ask is like repetition, the frequency of characters in the string. Okay, the first repeated character, they'll also ask what is the first repeated character of the string. So 2 questions you can ask in interview. First question is, they'll ask you what is the frequency of characters. Second question is, I'll give you a big string, tell me what is the first repeated character. Suppose I have given you some big string like this. Tell me what is the first repeated character. Here in this, G is the first repeated character. Where it has come again? It has come again here. Got it right? So it will ask you how to find this logic, how to write the logic in order to find that, say that G is a repeated character. How do you write that? Can you say me? They'll ask questions, yeah. Like this only they'll ask questions.
Yes.
Tell me the logic. Tell me the logic. People talk. Please talk now. They'll ask you, I'll give you a string. Okay. Tell me what is the first repeated character of that string. This is a very frequent asked question in interview. When you attend any Selenium with Python or Selenium with, normal Python interview also, they'll ask 2 frequent questions as part of string data type. Very, very important and 100% guaranteed questions for companies. How do you write the logic? I will explain you, don't worry. Once we are completed with the loops concept, I'll explain you, but tell me how do we write it? Please tell the logic now. People, can someone speak out? Today you're very silent, Srinivas. Any problem? Hello?
Yes, sir. No, yes, sir.
Yeah. You're very silent today.
Today I wake up late, also today still feeling sleepy, so that's the reason.
Oh, sorry. Okay, fine. Yeah. So anyone can speak out, can say what is the logic that can apply. So from the things that I have learned, that we have learned from today. So this question is very, very important, because 100% ask the question. In interviews, they'll ask you how many, what is the frequency of the characters that are there in your string? First question. Second question, what is the first repeated character? They'll ask you what is the first repeated character of your string. I'll give you a string. They'll ask you what is the first repeated character. You can also check like this. You can give the counter. You can say if the length is, the count is more than 1. Okay, then you can store that. You can store it in a different array. You can append it to a different array. You can say that the first element of that array is the first repeated character. That is one logic. List you can append. So that is one logic. There are a lot of logics. You can keep dictionary concept also. You can able to print. So there are a lot of logics to apply and to print the things. So I'm just expecting you, not the things, not the learning code. Okay, don't learn the code. You practice the code. Practice the code. That is important. See, a lot of people do mistakes here just to learn the code. So there is no use of learning code. There is no use of learning the theory. If you practice more, you will get logics. You will understand how the logics. You will get how to apply the logics. So you don't know which question they'll ask. In interviews, they'll ask you any random question. They'll ask you whatever comes to their mind. They'll give you any logical questions. You should be in a stage to understand and to convert that question into a logic. They ask you some question. you have to think, okay, this is the question, so what are the different inbuilt methods or what are the different logics that I can apply in order to solve this program. Okay, so you should be very spontaneous. If you take a lot of time, you will understand, okay, this person or this this person is not good at coding, so I cannot give it a job. In Selenium Python specifically, they will not only ask you Selenium questions, very clear, be very clear, they'll ask you a lot of questions from Python, from the core Python. They'll ask you logics from core Python, because they want someone who should be strong in coding. They don't want someone who is only good at Selenium. So that is the expectation of market. We have to meet the standards. We have to meet the standards. We cannot keep ourselves, okay, I know only this, I can only solve this. No, that's not going to help you. Seriously, I'm saying you should be very strong at coding. Okay, I'll say you how do you improve your things. You try to understand the coding, understand the logics, understand the theory, and then convert that into the coding part. You have to practice every day. What are the logics that I can apply? What are the questions they'll ask me in interview? How to answer that? How do I write my own answer? How do I not copy from the internet? So this is important. If you copy, then nothing. You will only just mug up that answer and you will present it. If they ask you a different question, you will go. It's gone. So you should be very strong. Prepare your own answers. Create your own logics. Try to present your own way. That is important. Interview, that is a very, very important. I'll give job only for people who create their own logic. See, when I do interview in my company, I'll give only job to those people who create their own logic. They write their own logic, who explains by their own way. Okay? That is important. Those people should be strong in coding. Yeah, so we will come back to our process. Yeah, so are you clear with this? Someone speak out, no? Because if no one is speaking out, I don't understand whether you're listening or not. Please speak out now. Anuradha?
Yes, sir.
Kumar, Manish, new people.
Sir,
Yes,
we
sir.
will use repeat functions.
Any one of you people, Anuradha, Manish, and Hari Kumar.
Sir, I don't have any idea.
Hello?
No idea.
Sorry?
Me too, sir. I don't have any idea.
Of what? I didn't get you.
You asked about the repeated letter or repeated.
Sorry?
How to
Okay,
find the first repeated letter?
You are able to hear me, right? Whatever I'm telling now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. So, so please be very good at this inbuilt methods, which are very important as part of string data type. So we will immediately move now into the list data type. Okay, what is the list data type? So what is a list data type? Basically, list data type. What is a list data type? So list data type is very similar to your array in your Java. Okay, you can say array list specifically because this is also a dynamic array. Okay, if you know Java, it's very good. You can easily understand. You can easily try to compare this. Okay, so what is a list data type? So list data type, it is a collection of heterogeneous. Homogeneous is what? Heterogeneous data types also. Also, I said, I never said only, I said also. So that means, what is array basically? If I ask you a question, what is array in Java? What is array? Array is a collection of similar data types.
Similar data
Yes,
type.
sir. Array is a collection of similar data types. But in Python, the same concept array is being considered as list. Okay, in Python we don't have a concept of exact name array, but the same concept is considered as list. List. So the list representation is within the square brackets. You can say 1 2 3 4. Okay, 1 2 3 4. You can also say Nikhil. So I said you list data type means you want me to increase the font? It would be better, right? Is that fine? Is that fine, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, see. So in Python, list data type is a collection of heterogeneous, not the similar data types. You can use different data types also. Here I have used 1, 2, 3, 4 as an integer data type, and Nikhil is a string data type. So it's a string data type because it is in double quotes. Okay. So this is possible. You can use, you can represent a list in multiple data types. It doesn't mean that you can only pass only the one single data type. You can pass multiple different data types. So that is the difference. Okay, there is a difference. So second thing, it is again a dynamic. It is not limited. You can able to add or remove the data. So you can say it is a mutable collection of data. What is the second concept? It is a mutable data type. What is it? Mutable data type. Why it is mutable data type? It is dynamic. It is not static. So till now, the length of this string is like how many? 5 elements, right? Totally, how many elements are there? Now 5 elements are there. Index will start from 0, as we already know. It's in string 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's same in list also. So we can able to increase the size. Now the elements are 5 only. Now I can make 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can make n number of elements. I can just add the elements. So it is the structure of it is dynamic. It is not constant. It is not limited. It's not fixed. That's why it is called as mutable data type. Mutable means changeable. What is the difference between mutable and non-mutable? Changeable data type. Clear, right? Are you getting right what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can also increase or you can also decrease. That's up to you. So you can add elements or you can remove elements. So if you know the array list, there is a concept of list interface, and list interface, there is class implementation, class array list class. In the array list class also you can able to add elements, you can remove elements. Got it right? You can get the index of the elements, everything. You can also do the same thing like this. Okay, you can also get the index. And one more thing. What is again list? You can able to access the elements. You can able to access the elements. Access the elements means you can get, suppose I want to get the third element. If I want to get this element, what I need to say? L of
2.
L of 2, right?
L of
L of
2.
2, right? Because 0 will be 1, 1 will be 2, 3 will be 2. So I need to say L of 2 will give me 3. So it will be printing as per the index. So you can able to access the elements. So, and what are the other things we can do with the list? So there are some methods in list. There are some methods in list which we can focus on. First method is append. First method is append. Second method is insert. Third method is, tell me, what is the third method? What are the methods you know in this? You can use count also. You can view index. You can also use extend. There is a concept of extend. We will see all these methods. So 6 to 1, you can use sort. Okay, you can use sort, and also you can use sorted. You can also use sorted. Seventh method. Tell me, what are the methods we have? Any ideas? People who already know Python basics, who knows Python basics, they can speak out, no? If you know all the concepts, you can speak out, no? Anyone can speak out? Any other method? We have a lot of methods.
Remove and pop.
Yeah, we have
Remove.
Remove, then delete. DEL. We have pop also. Then what are the other things we have? Yeah. So we have a lot of other methods also. Huh? Sorry.
Left strip, right strip.
Sorry. Can someone speak out? What are the other methods which we have in list data type?
Upper and lower.
Upper and lower. No, upper and lower is not there in list. Don't confuse. Okay, upper and lower is there only in the string. There is no part of upper and lower. There is no concept of upper and lower in string.
Okay, sir. Repeat, sir.
Huh?
Repeat one. Repeat, please.
Repeat.
Yes, sir.
There is no concept. There is no method called repeat. I never said you anything called repeat. Did I
Okay,
say
sir.
anything repeat here? There is no concept of repeat. You can use index. You can use method of index, and also you can use slicing. All the concepts of slicing that you used in your string will apply to the list also. Okay. You can use index. You can use count. You can use length. There is a concept of length. Okay. LEN. Okay. So
Printing the list in individual line, like we can read the value from the keyboard, then we can print the list in individual line. Is there any method, specific method? Is there?
no. We cannot able to print from the individual.
I mean, individual line. Suppose, as for example, you have mentioned like 1, 2, 3, 4. So, I mean, is there any specific method? Is there I can get the output in individual line? Like first line will be 1, then 2, then 3, then 4.
No, we can use a loop. We can use a loop. There we can get. You can read each and every. That we'll see this later. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So list is what? As we see, list is a mutable data type where we can able to add or remove the elements, and it is not the same data type. We can use any different data types. As we discussed, we can able to add or remove the data. How to add the data? Suppose, okay, L of. Suppose let's first try to replace the data. So I want to replace 3 with 5. I want to replace 3 with 5. I want to replace this one. So I can say L of 2 equal to how much? 5. Got it, right? What it will do? It will print. It will take 0, 1, 2. It will replace this 3 with 5. I'm assigning L of 2 equal to 5. That means I'm going to take this input. I'm going to replace this 3 with 5. If I print L, now you see my 3 is gone. 3 is gone and it is replaced with 5. So that's why it is immutable. Mutable means changeable. You cannot like keep a constant list. You can able to change. You can able to change in multiple ways. You can able to add, remove, replace, whatever you want. Got
So
it, right?
this is what.
So if I want,
it's making different from string, because string is immutable. So this is mutable.
yeah, that is a difference. I said you right. So you cannot do this the same thing with the string. If you do, you will get error. But you can do with the list. You will not get error. Okay. So one more question. So if I want to append, there is a method called append. If I want to append some 10 element called 10. What do you mean by this? L dot append of 10. L dot append of 10 will append the element at the last. Append will be done only at the last. Okay, you cannot append any element, okay, with any index. Using append method, you cannot append at any index. You can only append at the last index. That is the method. So the method is L dot, the list dot append of what element you want to append. I want to append 10. So I have to provide like this. If I want to append a string, I can append here. If I want to append integer, I can append. If I want to append a float value, I can append. If I want to append a complex value, I can append. If I want to append any other data type, I can append here. So append will only do at the last. Okay. The answer would be 1, 2, 5, 4 Nikhil, and then last 10. Okay, the answer would be 1, 2, 5, 4 Nikhil and 10. Are you getting that? If I print L, it will be 10. Can you able to see here, everyone? Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So there is something called insert. L dot insert. Insert of. Now see, I want to insert element called 6. I want to insert element called 6 after 4. Here I want to insert element called 6. How do I get it? This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This index is 4th index, right? If I want to index implement here, if I want to insert some element here, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Here it will be 4, right? So I need to say 4 comma, insert 4 comma. What I want to insert a 6th element called 6. Otherwise, see, I want to insert a string. I want to insert a Raj, string called Raj. So what it is going to do, it is going to insert Raj at this string. Okay, it is going to insert 1, 2, 3, 4 Raj and Nikhil. It is going to insert like this. If I print L, you can see now it is inserted, right? Are you clear, right, everyone?
Yes, sir. Clear.
You are clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah, clear, sir.
Yeah. So this is what we are going to see. So then fine. So then as we already seen, there is something called count. So how many times, if I say L dot count of, here we have to give the element, we cannot give the letter, right? As we have seen there, we have to give the element. I want to give an integer 4. If the integer, we don't need to give double quotes. If it is not an integer, we have to give in double quotes. Okay, if it is an integer, suppose I want to give Raj, I cannot give Raj like this. I have to give it in double quotes or single quote. Okay, if it is an integer, I can directly give like this. What is the count of L? What is the count of 4? It is 1 only, one time only. If I want to get the count of Raj, how many times Raj is there in my list, is also one time. Yes,
1. Yes.
Okay, you're getting right, everyone? So yeah, so if it is a string, we have to give in double quotes. If it is not a string, we can directly give that. Okay. So index. So what is the index of Raj? What is the index of Raj? I can also give like this. What is the index of Raj? Raj is that 4th index. Yes or no? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Raj is that 4th index. Okay. Then sorted, remove and all. So if I want to remove element, how do I remove element? See, there is a method called remove and delete. What is the difference between remove and delete? Remove will remove an element if I know the value of that element. If I know Raj to be removed, okay, I can directly say L dot remove of Raj. But think that in the same case, okay, I don't know Raj. I know only the index. I know index that Raj is there at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that Raj is at 4th index, but I don't know what is the value of it. Got it, right? Then I can say delete of L of 4. That is what we can do. But if I know the value of it, that means what is there in that index, then I can able to use remove. The difference between remove and delete is, if I know the value, I can use remove. If I don't know the value, if I know only the index, I can use delete. So see here. Now see here. If I print L, is it Raj there? Raj is gone, right? Raj is gone.
Yes.
Yeah. If I say L delete of, I want to delete Nikhil. Say L of 4. Now 4th index is Nikhil, right? 0, 1,
Yes,
2, 3, 4. So here the difference you see, remove means I'm giving the value. What I'm giving? I'm giving value. But in delete, am I giving value? No, I'm giving the index. These both are same, but the difference is here you have to provide the value. Here you have to provide the index. You can use any method based on your requirement. If you know the value, you can provide remove. If you know only the index, you can only provide delete. See, here see, if I print L, now Nikhil is gone. Both are doing the same action, but using index and using value. Got it, right?
Yes, sir.
So there is something called L dot pop. Okay, pop automatically pop will remove the last element. What is a pop? Pop will remove the last element. What is the answer if I get? What is the answer I'll get?
Without 10.
Yeah, 1, 2, 5, 4, 10. So if I print L, now the answer is 1, 2, 5, 4. Okay. Clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there are two methods, sort and sorted. What are the two methods which we have? Sort and sorted. So L dot sort, if I use like this, it is going to make a big problem. Why it is going to make a big problem? I will get 1, 2, 4, 5. That is right only. But it is going to change my list itself. Understood, right? Are you getting right what I am saying? The input list is what? 1, 2, 5, 4, right? Now if I print this one, it is going to change the whole list. Your list will not be 1, 2, 5, 4. It will become 1, 2, 4, 5. It will sort according to the ascending order. Are you getting right? There are two differences between sort and sorted. Sort will completely change your input list, whereas sorted will only change that action. It will only perform the action. It will not change the input list. Are you getting right what I'm saying, people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, what
Sir,
you are getting right?
Yeah, sir, can you please repeat once again? I mean, to pop, because
No.
I was noting down, so I missed that.
No. Pop will remove the defaultly. It will remove the last element
Okay.
from the list. If I have suppose 1, 2, 5, 4, 10, it will remove. It has removed 10. 10 is the answer.
Okay, sir.
It will remove last element. If I want to remove any index element, I can provide the index. If I want to remove 1, I can say L dot pop of 1, 0. It
Yeah.
will remove 1. L dot pop of 1, it will remove 2. L dot pop of 2, it will remove 5. L dot pop of 3, it will remove 4. L dot pop of normally if you say pop, it will remove the last element without giving any index inside.
Okay.
Clear, right? Be very clear with that. Okay.
And sir, while delete is method which by the help of which we can only provide the index in order to remove that.
Yes. So now tell me what is sort. Sort is going to do the complete change of input itself. Got it right? There is a big difference between sort and sorted. So sort will change the input, complete input string, input list. Sorted will only, what sorted will do? Sorted will only try to change the, do the action on the list. It will not change the list itself. See the difference. See, if I say L dot sort, what is the answer I'm going to get? If I print L, what is the answer? 1245. 1245, right? Are you getting right? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
1245. What it did? It has sorted, right? Now I
Yeah.
cannot able to retrieve back my input list. Suppose my input list is this one. I cannot retrieve back. Now it is gone. The input list which I have taken is gone. Now my list will become 1245 only. It is not going to change this one. The whole input is gone, right? So there is a point,
Yes.
there is a process. I want to keep my list input like that only, but I want to change only the output. I don't want to change the input. So see that if my list is like this, 1, 2, 5, 4, 1, 2, 5, 4. Okay. If my list is 1, 2, 5, 4, I want to do only action. I don't want to convert this one. I want to only do action on this list so that my input list is safe. So that I can use something called B equal to sorted off L. What is that? B equal to sorted off L. If I print B, you see, B is sorted. My L is not sorted. Are you getting right? You both are getting difference, right? Difference between sort and sorted.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So this is the difference. Very, very important. This different. I'll ask you what is the difference between sort and sorted. So your sort will change the input list itself. You will never get back your retrieved list. But whereas sorted will keep your input list like that only. It will only print. It will only assign some other reference, and then you can able to get the sorted list. Okay.
Yes.
There is a method called extend. Today I think it's a long time. I mean, we have seen a lot of things. I will, if you want, I'll share you these things to the management. You can get it from them. Otherwise, we'll create some WhatsApp group. Google group.
We didn't receive last recording and details of the lecture, like whatever you have written.
I have it.
Hello,
I have it.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, can you tell me?
And sir, PDF file, when will you get the PDF file?
You will get the PDF file. I have with me right this point of time. I have that Durga sir notes, complete notes with me. If you want, I can share it. Okay.
Okay.
Today I will ask them. Today I will ask the organizers, Durga Soft organizers, and then I'll let you know. Okay. Today I'll let you know. They asked me to send. I'll send you directly. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So then extend. What is extend? Suppose think that I have one more list, okay, which is 6, 7, 8. Okay. What is my extend? 6, 7, 8. So if I want to extend a list to a other list, then we can use extend. Extend is not used to add or remove the element directly. We have to extend a list to other list. Then we can use extend. I want to say L dot extend of L1. What is the meaning of this? Now if I print L is now 1, 2, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8. Are you getting right? If I print L1, I can say L1 dot extend of L. So it will become, if I print L1, L1 will become 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Are you getting right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So we are going to add elements. Add the elements, one more list. We are adding list to a list. So this is called extend. Extend is to extend a list to other things. Extend is not to add or remove or to add a simple elements. It's to extend a list to a list. It can only act on the list, not like a single elements. Clear, right?
And by default, it will be added in the starting of the list.
No. So see, L1 dot extend of L. That means to the L1, I am going to extend L. That is the meaning. L dot extend of L1. To the L, I am going to extend L1. That is the meaning. Got it right?
Okay.
It will extend the L here. L dot extend of L1 means it will extend L, not the L1. If I say L1 dot extend of L means it will extend L1, not the L.
Got it.
Got it right? Got it right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we are done with the list also. Tuple we will see and we'll close for today. And dictionary and set tomorrow we'll see, and we'll also complete the conditional statements and loops. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow we'll see conditional statements and loops. So by Thursday or Friday we'll complete the whole Python. Then we can start our Selenium. Okay. Fine, right?
Sir,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. So, sir, just give, I mean, one thing so that I can, note it down this extend keyword.
You can please note down all these things.
So list has a copy function also, method.
Sorry?
List has a copy method also.
List doesn't have, dictionary has a copy method.
So there's something called shallow copy and deep copy is involved in list only.
Yeah, I will explain you that. Deep copy and shallow copy, I will explain you.
Okay.
Can we reverse the list?
Yeah, you can able to reverse this list same as your other things. You can able to use L of -1. I said you right. Same as your string, you can use like this. This is the reverse.
By using sorted, we can also use reverse method.
Huh? No
By
reverse
using-
method. No reverse. No reverse. L doesn't have reverse method, boss. Okay, there is no reverse method.
No, sir.
Okay.
Inside sort method, we can also use parameter reverse is equals to false or true.
Yeah. You can use this method also. I mean, this is recently added in 3.x versions. You can do this.
Yes.
Any others? Clear, right, everyone?
Yes.
If I want to get the length, I can say length of L. Length of L. Length of, what is the length of L? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Length will start from 1, boss. Length will not start from 0. Index will start from 0. Length of that will start from 1. So the length is 7, right? So 3 plus 4, 7. Clear, right? So now the question comes into picture. So what is a tuple? Tuple. So no, don't worry about that. Pronunciation is up to you. I will not force you. That is up to you to use whatever it is. Because some people say tuple, some people say tuple, some people say some other words. Okay, there is no problem in using that names. Okay, pronunciation, we are Indians, boss. We can't speak hard English. Okay, I speak as tuple. When people someone say tuple, there is no problem. Okay? Concept is same. Clear, right? Pronunciation is up to us. So see, tuple is same as list, but what? What it is? Immutable. So what do you mean by immutable? You cannot change any element. You cannot change any element once it is declared. You cannot change any element once it is declared. Suppose think that tuple is represented by square bracket. I mean, it's represented by brackets. You can say this is normal brackets, parentheses. You can say. So I said 1, 2, 3 Nikhil. I can also say this one. As I said you, tuple is same as list. That means it can accept all other data types. You can pass any number of data types or any data type inside the tuple. It should be represented with parentheses, not the square brackets. Square brackets is for list, but for tuple it is parentheses. Got it right? So if
Yes,
I
sir.
want to do the same thing, if I want to change, suppose I want to change 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Nikhil is at the third index, right? Nikhil is at third index. I want to change Nikhil to 4. What I want to change? I want to change this element to 4. As I did the same thing, right? In the list, I did the same thing. I have replaced, right? I have replaced some element to other element. I have replaced the 3 to 5, right? Similarly, if I want to do in a list, in a tuple also, I want to change this third index to 4, element 4. I'll get a error. I'll get a error. What error I'll get? Tuple object does not support item assignment because it is
Immutable.
as similar as your string. Immutable like your string. String is immutable. Your tuple is immutable. Got it right? Your list is only mutable. You're getting right what I'm saying? List is a mutable, but these two are mutable. Okay. So see, you can use all methods except changing the database or changing the data. You cannot use append, you cannot use insert because it is going to change it, which is not possible in your tuple. You cannot change the length. You cannot able to change the add or remove the elements. You cannot do anything. You can only access them. If I want to access L of 2, what is L of 2? You will get 3. 3 is L of 2, right? You can only access them. You can only access the data, but you cannot able to add or remove data. So you cannot use L dot. You can use L dot count. Is that fine? Can we use L dot count? Yes, boss. L dot count is not going to change my data, right? This L dot count is going to change. It is only getting my count. I'm only getting the count. I'm only checking how many times the 3 is there in my. I'm not going to change it. So it is possible. L dot index of Nikhil. Can I use it? Yes. Am I changing the data?
No.
No, I'm not changing the data. So there is no problem. So can I say length of L? Length of L I can do?
Yes.
I'm not changing the data. So can I say L dot append?
No.
Can I say like this? No, it is
No,
changing
sir.
data. It is going to add the data. So I'll get error. I'll get error. So what you can do? L dot.
So
Sir,
L
I
dot
need to
expand
log in
also
Office.
given.
Yeah. I'm almost done. So is that fine?
Yes, sir. Sir,
We
just
can only
one question.
Yeah.
Sir, like if all the functionality with respect to the methods of tuple and list, right?
List.
Yes.
Same. Both are
Is
same.
same. Then in real time, which data type we will be using? Like when we used to use, when we will proceed to use tuple,
See,
then when we will
it is
proceed
very
to
clear.
use
It is very clear. It is very clear. The difference between both are same. You know the complete data. So you know the complete data. The difference between both is same. Okay.
Okay.
The accessibility of tuple is faster than list because list will have some data. Suppose if I add some data, so it will be increasing the data, the whole elements. Because of that, you cannot able to access the data easily because the index will be changing, the data will be increasing. So we cannot able to access that easily. But where is a tuple, we can easily access the data because the data is constant. We know what index the data is there. You can easily get the data. So that is one advantage. Second advantage, it is advantage is not advantage. I'm saying the difference both of them. So that is mutable. This is immutable. First point. Okay. most of the time people, if they want to use something that is constant, that is not changing, that is not affecting the data, so they will store the data in the tuple format. If they want to change the data, if they want continuously to add or increase the database, okay, they will use the list instead of using the string. They will use, tuple. They will use the thing. But there is no difference in the data. Methods. The methods are same, because all the methods that is used in list cannot be used in tuple, because tuple won't work for adding or removing data. You cannot add or remove data. You can only access the data. Whatever the possibility of access you can do, but you cannot able to add or remove the data. So that is the only difference. See, are you getting right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I cannot use
Yes.
insert. I cannot use append. I cannot use extend. I cannot use sort. I cannot use sorted. Then what else I can do, boss? That's all right. Got it right?
Yes. Yes, sir. Even extend also it's not possible in tuple, right? Extend.
Yes. I'll also get the error. Sorted is also not possible. Sort is also not possible. So we can only use the methods, only these methods, like normal methods which we can use for accessing the data. If I want to reverse the tuple, the same thing -1. You can able to reverse the tuple. Okay, got it right?
Yes.
You are not changing the indexes. You are not doing anything. You are just reversing it. So other actions, if I want to do, I have to do some action on the elements. I have to either change the elements, change the indexes, add the elements, remove the elements. So I'm not going to do that. That doesn't work for Metaflow. So I can only do counting. I can only get the index. I can only get the length. I can only get the reversing. That's all. I cannot do much things in Metaflow. Yes or no? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now what is this? I can do this way. This is called. I can assign the elements like this. Okay. What type of data is? What type of data is A? A is the integer data type, right?
Right.
Okay. What type of data is one is also integer data. Sorry. If I say A equal to 1, 2, can I do like this?
Now
Yes.
type of A will be, I think, tuple.
What is the type of A now?
Tuple.
Tuple.
So tuple data. So say A equal to 1, 2, 3. What is the type of data now?
List.
List.
So you need to know all this. Yeah. So that's all for today. Possibly. So we will see tomorrow the other topics, as I said you, where are we pending for and all. So see, our topics are what? Yeah. See, we have completed list, tuple, string, numbers. We are pending with set and dictionary. After that, we'll see conditional statements. Then we'll see loops. So tomorrow we'll complete till here. So day after tomorrow, functions. Then object oriented 1 day. File handling and exception handling we'll do 1 day. So by Thursday or Friday we'll complete this Python. Then we'll start our Selenium. Clear, right, everyone? See, this Python is extra topic I am teaching. Please be remembered, okay? Everyone, you're please understand that, okay? Because you will not understand anything of Selenium if you don't know Python. If you don't know basics of Python, at least basics. You don't require a standard of Python. You need to know at least like basic loops, basic concepts of installing system, okay, working on the data, everything that is required, assigning elements. At least that is enough, okay? So if you don't know even that, you cannot you work on it. You need to know how when it comes to you need to know functions, you need to know objects, you need to know classes, concepts. If you know basic that, you can able to work on it. So that's why we are going to teach Python. Got it right? Which is extra concepts that we are going to focus on. Yeah. Any doubts? Any doubts for today class?
Yes, sir.
May I have your contact number for today's contact number? Just give me some time. No, I'll give you my contact number. Not today, possibly. I will just give my contact numbers. Okay, you can ask me personally. So you can ask me personally. That would be fine. You can you can mail to me possible. You can mail to me this. You can mail to my this number. Okay, but you can. I'll give you my contact later. Okay, fine. Yeah. Any doubts for today class? Please tell me. No.
No, sir, it's fine.
Can we get the recordings of the missed classes?
Yeah, I have the recordings. You can get it from the team.
Okay.
Only 1 or 2 classes done. There is nothing much done. Okay. First class I have explained about the complete testing concepts. Second class basics of Python installation and all. So third class is this one.
So did we get the concepts of polymorphism and
No, we haven't discussed it, boss.
Yeah.
We are still we are very basics now. We are still in conditional statements loops. We are yet to discuss about functions, object oriented. In object oriented programming, we'll see polymorphism. We'll see other OOPS concepts. Okay.
okay, that is in OOPS concept.
Yeah, that's in OOPS concepts.
So you said that we are going to work on a small project.
Yeah, we are going to work after learning the frameworks. We'll go into work.
So what the domain of the project? So which domain?
Sorry.
Which domain
What's that?
project, sir? The project belongs to which domain, sir?
Project maybe like banking. We will see. We'll see very basics of banking. Banking
Okay,
project. Because see, in the US, there are 3 major sectors. One is banking, other is insurance, and other is healthcare. These 3 are very big concepts, very big areas, domains. So 90% of Indian projects will be on banking or insurance or healthcare only. Got it right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can happily claim that I have worked on some insurance or banking project. Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone? Today class is fine, right?
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, I think I have shared my email ID. You can please get my email ID in the chat only. I have shared for everyone. Okay.
Sir, where, sir?
In the chat
Like
I have
today?
shared. Yeah, today only.
Just a minute. Yes, sir.
Okay. Please, once everything is finalized, I can share my number and I have to talk with the team. So only then I can share all the details, because so that I can able to share the recordings, share the notes and all. So once I get the confirmation from the team, then I can share you the data. But still, you are okay with that, right? You are okay with the data today's class, right? Any doubts for anyone?
No, sir.
Any doubts? Anyone? Any doubts? So we are seeing
sir.
the basics. So there is we will not get that excitement at this point of time, because these are all basics, right? Whoever already knows they're learning. So you will not get that excitement, because these are all basics. But when we try solving the logics, when we try solving different questions, then you will find some excitement, how to solve them, how to get them. When we see Selenium, you will get good excitement to learn. Got it right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Any doubts? Any doubts? Anyone today? So can I stop the recordings? Any doubts? Anyone? Tomorrow same at 8:30, sharp 8:30 we'll start.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks a
Thank
lot,
you, sir.
everyone.
Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.